how are you today? Welcome to TMXing Adventures. I'm Lisa, if you've not met me before, and I'm cooking to you from our caravan, which we're currently parked at Airlie Beach. So I'm going to show you this brand new recipe from Cookidoo. It's called the Cotton Soft Japanese Cheesecake. Now, I'm excited to make these new recipes from the Cookidoo platform, these ones in the Japanese collection. So every month a mini collection comes out to Cookidoo from Thermomix in Australia, and you'll notice as well across the world, the UK will get new ones, Canada, US, all those sorts of ones. So constantly Cookidoo is getting better and better with more and more recipes on guided, which is really awesome. I mean, I think there's 8,000 and something anyway in English at the moment. It's pretty cool. And if you speak a foreign language, you've got even more to choose from. But yes, this is the latest collection to Cookidoo, and this is one of the recipes on the latest collection, and I'm looking forward to showing you this today. Now, I've got two bowls that I'm going to be using for this. So first things first, it says preheat your oven to 150 degrees. Now this is a different recipe to normal for, I guess, a cheesecake necessarily, is we're going to water bath it. So we're actually going to, at the end, put the cake container in its container within another big casserole style one with boiling water in it. So it actually temperature controls it and brings it up, and it creates it more like a cheesecake texture, I guess you could say. So let's have a look at that as we get towards the end of this recipe, but let's get started. So it tells you to grease and line a springform tin. Now I'm in my caravan, I don't have that, but I do have my awesome silicone loaf tin from the mix shop. I'll be using that today, okay? Let's see if it works. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll still be able to make little triangles. They'll just have to be little different shaped triangles. All right. Then it says to place the tin on a sheet of aluminium foil and fold up the sides. So you're making it waterproof, because if it's a springform tin, not only do you need to grease the inner with the baking paper, which was the last step, you then have to make it watertight, because if it's not watertight, the water's going to come into your cake, right? So that's what they want you to do there. Place your tin onto an oven-proof baking dish and set aside. That's going to become your water bath later. So now we go with the recipe. So first things first is a block, so 250 grams of cream cheese. This is not dairy-free, okay? So just in case you wondered, not dairy-free. I know a lot of you guys know that we normally do a lot of dairy-free cooking here and a lot of gluten-free cooking as well. This is not going to fit into that category whatsoever, but I am very curious to see what it turns out. I've heard really good things about this recipe. So first time making it, and I love that I'm making it with you guys. So just get that cream cheese off. It says room temperature, mine never is, doesn't really matter. 80 grams of vegetable oil, so it needs to be a flavorless oil. We've got sunflower seed oil that we brought with this because we make mayonnaise a fair bit. So we bought the big container, but it needs to be a flavorless oil. Olive oil will be too potent, so it does really literally need to be a veggie oil. Even a grapeseed would probably work, or the sunflower seed as I'm doing today. But this means there's no butter in the recipe. This is your oil content like butter would normally be. Oh, I forgot to do something before I started. I was supposed to mill down the sugar. Oh no. All right, 50 grams of caster sugar. Okay, I've got some sugar here. I've got monk fruit sweetener. I'm hoping it doesn't make it grainy, the fact that I haven't milled this down. So I've got, this is a low carb sugar we tend to use a bit of, and I'm going to use that in this recipe. Hopefully I've got enough. I was planning on trying to mill that down first before I got started, and then I pushed go on the video and I forgot. So on with the lid, and now we're going to cook that up 60 degrees, speed 3 for 3 minutes. While that's happening, you're going to want to split your eggs. Now you need 6 eggs that are separated. So you need the whites and the yolks. If you've got a second bowl, it's going to come in super handy, because you'll see soon it's going to ask us to put this bowl aside, and normally it'd ask you to scrape this into another bowl, and then we'd ask you to clean this out, ready to put your egg whites in for whipping. So luckily I've got 2 bowls here with me in the caravan, so I'm going to just use one for egg whites and the other one for this. So you'll see that in action. But if you are cooking along this video later, split your eggs now. You've got 3 minutes to do so while this is melting and cooking up into this beautiful, I guess it's going to be like a batter in a moment. The other ingredients you will want to be prepping is I'm just looking a lemon and some corn flour. We're just looking at what I've got on the table. So lemon, corn flour and separated eggs are the steps that you want to be taking right now in this time to make them the entire time more efficient. You can see by the way that this has come up to 60 degrees. The lights have gone red, which is our indication now that we are up to 60 degrees in there. And I'll just tell you as well, it's kind of just gone to a paste inside. It looks a bit like pancake batter, really is what it looks like inside at the moment. So I'll return in a minute and a half and I will show you the next step of this recipe. See you soon. Okay, we're just on the back of this mixing time. The other thing you'll want to grab out that I forgot to mention is some milk, and you'll want to find your butterfly. There are two other things that you will need in this next step of the recipe, so grab them out if you haven't already. This has gone really quite liquidy right now. You can see it's cooling down, and we're going to move on to the next step. Now, some lemons. To get the best juice out of your lemons, roll them first. Before you cut them, roll them across the surface of your bench and then slice them, and that will then soften up that juice inside. Okay, your next step is 120 grams of milk. So we actually have got full cream milk here because we're already going with a full lot of cream cheese. So what's a bit more dairy in there? Okay, a little bit heavy. Oh well, should be right, hopefully. Okay, 6 egg yolks in there. Look at that, they're a bit pretty. I can't show you guys, look at that. A bit pretty in there, they look like a flower. By the way, these cool little bowls are from the Mix Shop, so they are the new bamboo bowls from Mix Shop. When I say brand new, they've been out for probably about a couple of months now. Love them, use them all the time. 40 grams of the lemon juice. Now, your spatula is a perfect juicer, especially if you've got the old spatulas, the TM31 or the TM5 spatulas. They weren't fabulous for other jobs, but juicing, they were amazing for. Oh, I think I just dropped a seed in. Oh well. What this does though is it allows the juice to run down the side so it doesn't spray out everywhere at you. So it's going to take, by the looks of it, an entire decent sized lemon. So there's one half, and goes the second half. Okay, it's going to have that really nice sweet sour, I reckon. It does have 150 grams of sugar all up, and those of you who follow me normally know that that's a fair bit of sugar. We wouldn't normally use that, however I am going to make this as it says because I think it's going to be amazing, and I've heard that it's amazing. Okay, on with my measuring cup. It's got 30 seconds to whip that through on speed 3, so back that goes. By the way, little tip, with your lemon juices, you can hear that lemon seed in there. With these skins, put them in your dishwasher on your cutlery rack or your top drawer, and you won't have to put the shining stuff, rinse aid, in your dishwasher. This does the job of rinse aid in your dishwasher, so don't let them go to waste. Put them in your dishwasher until they go all manky and there's nothing left of them. They're perfect. Just a little tip there. I don't have a dishwasher in the Caravan, so one of the kids will probably eat them tomorrow. They love lemons around here. Okay, 60 grams of corn flour. So at the moment in there, it's just looking like, what's it looking like? Like not a set custard. It looks like a ruddy custard. It's got that custard color to it. And 60 grams of corn flour. I do have a spoon for the corn flour. You guys might know how floaty corn flour is. It's one of those things that you can just easily overdo by putting the whole container in because it just is so floaty and unpredictable. So it is one of the few things that I won't shake out of a container. Okay, otherwise I'll probably end up with the whole container in there. Okay, there's the corn flour. And I think that's it. It's going to mix this through, and then we're going to swap bowls over, and we're going to go straight onto our egg whites. I'm hoping this works without milling down the sugar. Let's give it a try. Alright, bowl number 2. Egg whites are in there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the egg whites are in there, ready to go. Scrape down the sides with spatula, then insert the measuring cup. Another 10-second mix time. This is to get the sugar. There's a little bit of sugar that's up the sides. So it's just pushing that sugar down and making sure that gets included in the mix. It very much reminds me of like a custard, like an unthickened custard at this stage. I'll show you in a second. Okay, pour the batter into a large bowl and then thoroughly dry and clean, or clean and dry, the mixing bowl. And it needs, in the tips, they'll talk about doing a vinegar wash. That's to make sure your meringue in the next step doesn't go flat. So here is that, as I said, look, see how it looks like a custard kind of mix? Like an uncooked custard. Actually, it's nearly like a hollandaise sauce. That's what it reminds me of. So put that aside. Next, insert your butterfly whisk. So butterflies. Now butterflies go on the back side of your blade. So you find your high blades, back side of the high blade. If you look at your high blades, they've actually got a knuckle on them. One of them goes up like a knuckle like that. That's the one I try and find, because generally there's food in there, and you go behind it on the blunt side. So anti-clockwise. In that goes 6 egg whites, room temperature. Check. That was what was already in there. Thanks to hubby for cracking them for me. 100 grams of caster sugar. This is where I'm hoping this doesn't flop. Otherwise it's just going to be a really dense one, because I haven't got milled down caster sugar. I've actually got this monk fruit that's a bit more grainy than caster. Anyway, we will give it a go. You do need a clean bowl though. Alright, on with the lid and the measuring cup. Can I have off the bed there, love? Just getting my other lid. Alright, so without the measuring cup, so I can get that air in, and it's got 4 minutes on 3.5, and it says whipping until the peaks form, taking care not to over whip. So keep an eye on it. It's a bit like cream. You want to wait until you see hard peaks and then stop. I will come back when I get to that hard peak stage and I'll show you where we're at. So I'll see you soon. Okay, we're just about to finish the whipping stage. It's looking amazing. It didn't flop. Happy days. So it looks really thick. It actually looks spot on for that time. Remove the butterfly whisk. Lightly fold 1/3 of the egg white mixture into the yolk mixture until well combined. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It actually worked. I love that. Alright, so we need to put 1/3 of this into the other mix. Let's just tap off the butterfly. I need to get this bowl empty soon anyway, because I actually need to boil my water in it. Because my Thermomix is my kettle when I'm away in the caravan, I need to actually boil the water in here shortly to make that water bath. So let's bring the 2 bowls together. Oh, that is so awesome. If you've not tried meringues in your Thermomix, you need to give it a go. It's amazing. Alright, so 1/3, they say. 1/3 of the egg white into the egg yolk mixture. So this is all about retaining the air in it now. And yes, a bigger bowl is more ideal, but again, working in a caravan, so I just don't have one of those. So we fold it in. So to fold it in, let's see if I can show you. It's just about really gently, you doing like nearly a figure 8 in there. Sorry, I know you can't see me, but I'm hoping you might see something in the bowl. So you're trying to fold it in. It's folding. It's literally folding on top of itself, trying not to break those egg whites down. So slowly, slowly, not my strength. Those of you who watch me all the time, you know slowly, slowly is not my way. You want to keep going till you make all those airy egg whites mix through, but you're mixing through carefully and gently. That is the stuff that's going to make this so light and fluffy. And I did read in the tips, if you eat it warm, it is quite fluffy and airy, and if you eat it the next day, it's more like a cheesecake. So it's that smooth texture. So I'll just give this turnaround, and then we need to put another 1/3 in. I just want to squish all the bubbles in it, but that's not the idea, I know. Fold it. I reckon in a really big bowl, you'd find this a lot easier. Mind you, who has a big bowl when you've got a Thermomix, right? I don't. So, another 1/3 in, and then the remaining. This is just phenomenal. Look at that. Such a beautiful texture. And I would never have thought to have made meringues with the sugar in there from the beginning. I've always done meringues where you do it from sprinkling it in throughout the whipping up, but not in this one. Now I am wondering if I'm going to be able to fit this all in my bread loaf tray that I've got. The silicon bread, what's it called? Silicon loaf tin. That's what I've got. So we'll just have to see. I may end up with some little ones that I'll do separately as well. This is just absolutely beautiful. But it is a slow process. Don't try and rush the folding in. So just go slow, and you want to get rid of all those lumps. I'm probably going too fast, but I am on a Facebook of YouTube trying to not take too long to show you guys this. Alright, so add the rest. So in that goes. Put all the rest of that in. And and then finish this off. While that's happening, by the way, you couldn't do this with your Thermomix. Do not try and shortcut this by whipping it in the Thermomix. You'll just lose all that beautiful air that you've just created with that egg white. So it has to be done by hand, has to be done with your spatula, ideally in a larger bowl, but oops, fridge is open. But this will do, you know, work with what you've got. All right, so I've got all that out. I'm just going to quickly fill this up and get this kettle on to boil because I want to grab that on as well. So it says then, pour into the prepared cake tin, add about approximately 3 centimeters of boiling water around the baking dish to create that water bath. My boiling water is going to be slightly wet, dirty. It's going to be wet too. So, but that doesn't matter. I'm not too worried about that. And then it says carefully bake in an oven for 1 hour and 10 minutes or until golden brown and firm. Turn the oven off and leave the door ajar and leave it for 15 minutes to cool. Then remove from the water bath and set aside to cool completely. Gently remove the cheesecake. How pretty does that look? Oh my goodness. And dust with icing sugar before serving. Alright, I'm just going to put the kettle feature on. I'm going to make this boil while I... Oh, not that one. Let's try again. Kettle feature down here. It's got 100 degrees. Give that a spin. Measuring cup. There it is. And that'll allow me now time to finish just folding this in. So I'm going to continue to fold this in. Then I'll pour it in my loaf tin, which is what I'm using today. I'm not going to bother about aluminium foiling the bottom. Obviously a loaf tin, I will grease the loaf tin significantly, and I'm still umming and ahhing about baking paper. I will probably add baking paper to it, even though it's a silicon loaf pan. But I will not worry about it because it's not going to be the outside. Yes, the aluminium foil is to stop water coming in, and that won't come inside because I don't have a loose base on mine. So I hope you'll give this recipe a go. You can see that that's beautiful in there. It's nearly all combined. Absolutely lovely and fluffy. Give this recipe a go, and when you do, let me know what you think. I'd love to know whether your family enjoyed it or whether you enjoyed it and the process of it. And yeah, I hope you're inspired to give it a go and feel confident that you can get an amazing outcome in your kitchen with a Thermomix. Now, if you haven't got a Thermomix, reach out. I'd love to help you get one on your bench. And if you have a Thermomix and you're watching along, do say hi, do comment, do let your friends and family know about the blog and the Facebook group and the YouTube channel so that they can see how easy it is to make food from anywhere, even in the smallest kitchen, like a Thermomix, using a Thermomix in the smallest kitchen, like a Caravan kitchen. Take care, have a great one, and I will see you tomorrow. See you then, guys. Bye for now.